Hey y'all, it's your girl Kimberly P. Welcome back to my channel KP Sparks. If you're new here or you just want to hear my intro again, my aim is to encourage you to vigorously go after your passions with sprinkle of tech. So we coming at you live with a Zoom call today, another day. And we have a special guest here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, my name is Nicole Day or whatever, and we are live. Bringing you the content that you wanted.
Exactly. So if you saw the title of this video, it's titled Confessions of a YouTuber. Years ago, actually my most viewed video on my channel is Confessions of a computer science major. So I guess people just really like when I'm transparent. So the reason why we're recording this in the first place is because of Nicole's tweet, and I'm gonna insert the picture right here. But basically, her tweet said, "Editing is." Do you want to say what you tweeted? If you remember?
Yeah. Wait. Okay, you say.
Okay. It says, "Editing videos isn't for the weak of heart. Don't let the finished products on social media fool you." And I saw that and I was triggered. I was really triggered. I felt like she was talking to my soul. And yeah, we're just gonna really just talk about what happens behind the scenes. Both of us are content creators, and I'm gonna give you a chance to say what you create, but it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. But go ahead, Nicole. What do you do? What inspired that tweet? Like, were you editing a video in that moment?
Okay, so what do I do? I guess professional wise, I'm an attorney, but aside from that, I create YouTube videos. And yeah, and then what inspired that tweet? You would think I was editing while I tweeted that, but
yeah.
I really wasn't. It's like after you finish editing the video, that's when you just start thinking about, dang man, this thing is not even easy. But I was actually watching someone else's video, and I noticed that they didn't edit out a part. And I was like, bruh, if this was me, I would have been going crazy. Like, dang, I can't believe I didn't edit that out. And I think people kind of see us on YouTube. Oh my gosh, your editing is lit, blah, blah, blah. But they don't know it takes work. Like, I'll be going to sleep with a headache because I was editing a video. Like, it takes so much work. So I think just seeing that made me think, like, dang, when she was recording this video, she probably didn't even know that she would have to edit so much. So yeah, that's really what's inspired that.
It's so funny because I was on Twitter and like it was just a chill, like let me just scroll. I'd be on Twitter, but I don't really be on Twitter like that. But I saw that tweet and I was triggered. I was like, yo, because I usually share tweets on my Instagram. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I'm screenshotting this joint and I'm gonna save it for later. Like I'm gonna use this in some sort of way. But I forgot what happened that exact day, but I was like, today's the day that I have to share this. Oh, I actually had a conversation with my friend, with my cousin, Kibo, and Richie, and we were talking about just editing and just the behind the scenes. And I was going through the whole process of how, like, you have to do your makeup. Even for this, I have to do my makeup. We're in quarantine right now. Do my makeup, make sure I'm wearing earrings. I don't wear hoop earring around my house. Like, what the heck? I don't do that. So make sure I do that. Also, figure out my script. What am I talking about? There's a lot of stuff that happens beforehand. So I was like, let me just share this right now. And so many people were triggered.
Yeah.
Like, triggered to the 10th degree. What's one thing you wish you knew before you started, like, creating content on your platform?
I wish I knew how much work it would take to actually create the content. How much work when it comes to, like you said, putting on your makeup, making sure you're set. Shoot, I didn't even realize YouTubers had a setup. I just thought they sat down.
Yeah, I don't even have a setup for my Zoom calls.
Like, look at the back. Wait, actually, it's a different background. But now that we're talking about the background,
is funny
though. Yeah, like I didn't realize YouTubers actually had a setup. I actually thought that they just stayed in their cute house and recorded, but that's not the case. Like, I wish I knew how much work it actually took to put in content. And I actually feel like the enemy will attack you just before you're about to release your content. Bruh, there are times where my battery would just be dying. I said, what is this nonsense for? And I remember that one time I storage, my battery died, so I had to like wait until I could record again. And I remember you messaged me and you were like, just buy 2 batteries next time. I was like, good, that makes so much sense, because like when one battery dies, you could easily put in another one. So I wish I knew how much work it took to actually create excellent content. It's because you don't want the content to just be anyhow. Like we know we're not anyhow type of people.
We're not anyhow babes, indeed.
Yeah. Like we want our content to be excellent, and it takes work to be excellent. And another thing I wish I knew was how much the content that I was gonna put out would challenge me in my walk with God. And when I say that, I mean like you know how sometimes I ask people to ask me questions, and I'm not the kind of person whereby if you ask me a question, I'll be able to spit it out immediately. I mean, sometimes, but for the most part, that's not always the case. Like a lot of times I had to go back into like my quiet time and ask God, what is the real answer to this question? Like one thing that inspired me to do YouTube was because I saw the content that some people were putting out. I was like, dang, that's not, I mean, it sounds good, but at the end of the day, it's not that helpful. So I was like, God, please, I want to be able to help people. So a lot of times when I would ask people questions, I would have to go back into my quiet time and ask God, please, what is your response to that? So that would actually challenge me to actually grow in my walk too.
That was really, 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 really good. I was about to just say hard drive for my answer. Also, I'm about to take off these hoops because they're causing a lot of noise right now in my audio.
Oh, dang.
So it's fine, you know, it's still but yeah, so basically, I was saying I was gonna just say hard drives, but you gave a really, really, really good answer. I think for me, I think I have to really think about a topic before for that question. What's one thing I wish I knew beforehand? You really have to think about a topic beforehand before you actually get on your platform to talk about it. And the thing is, you also have to give yourself grace to grow.
Yes.
So like, there's a video I did, like, for example, I just watched it this past week. It's called Is It Healthy to Have a Crush? And I made that in like 2017, 2018.
I remember that.
And like a lot of people, you know, talking about it. Even my pastor started, I was like, okay. But the thing is, it's like, I have to give myself grace to know, like, I'm mature in my thinking. Not to say I said anything wild, but like, I've matured in my thinking, and that's okay to know that there's like, give yourself room to grow. And so like prior to creating a video, just really ask yourself, what are your thoughts on this? It's not every time we see a topic, oh, let me talk on this. Because for me, like, not every time I have a political opinion, but I know for you have a background in law, so like it's something that you may want to touch on if you feel comfortable on. So I think one thing I would tell someone if they are just starting their platform, or what I would want to know if I just started, is just like, it's not every time you have to talk about something just because like it's not every time.
Every time hot topic.
Sometimes you just look and you say, okay, like,
nice to know.
But on the more technical side, and this is like where I keep all my tech stuff, so I can pull out my hard drive right now. But this joint, this joint right here, having a heart, and that was like the most talked about topic in the comment section of the tweet that I posted from you. But yeah, having a hard drive is so important because there'll be cases where you take your time to record a video and you can't even upload that. But even for this Zoom call I'm recording now, like, I'm not going to have a lot of space on my computer because I don't have a lot of space on my computer just because I need somewhere to keep my content that lasts a long time. Or even if you want to have like a Google Drive that you upload your content to, if you want to have it up on the cloud or some, you have to think of something that outlives your computer. Because if you want to just record and then you say, I'm going to upload the computer, it doesn't always work like that.
Exactly.
It really doesn't. So, I feel like that's one thing I would tell myself before starting this whole YouTube journey, like hard drives, and just take time to know what you are truly comfortable to talk about. So let me think about the next thing I want to talk about. Okay, girl. So when you're recording your videos, right, you know, some people, they have like a script. Okay, I'm going to have my intro here, and I'm going to have the next scene here, and the next scene. Okay, and then we're going to have the B-roll coming out in this. Do you write scripts out when you're recording a video, or is it just like, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to talk to, let's talk about it.
Speak to me, Lord, as I'm recording.
Like, is it like, you know, which one are you?
I feel like I'm not, even though we all love the Holy Spirit, but I'm not like that.
Yeah, we love the Holy Spirit. We love but there's order in the kingdom now. Come on now.
Like,
there were instructions that Solomon had when he had to build.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Don't be talking.
But go ahead.
Yeah, like I be having to write down. I have a journal for my YouTube topics and my YouTube content, and I always have to write down like the major bullet points that I want to hit. And if I don't write those down, then I'll be all over the place, man. There's certain times
yeah.
do edit, cut. Nah, because you're rapping. Like if you don't write it down, you just start rambling. And there's so many times where I've ended up rambling in a video because I didn't write down what I wanted to say. I always have to write down the topic and the major bullet points that I want to hit, the scriptures that I want to add to it, and stuff of that nature.
I am exactly the same way, because literally, if you don't have like an outline of like the things that you want to hit on, you'll forget. You'll ramble, and I feel like I still ramble. So that's why, like, when I'm recording and when I'm editing, I'm like, okay, this may or may not make the cut, and I literally make that decision while I'm editing. So every time, everything that I record, it most
exactly.
It's okay. I'm holding it with an open hand. You can take it as you want. So it's not every time that like whatever I say makes the video. And I also think it helps to like, I think Olamide brought this up in the comment section. She was like storyboarding, and I feel like that
I never heard of that before.
Yeah, story. I feel like in my platform, on my platform, one thing that Belief in Fatherhood does that Belief is my man.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Belief. But one thing that he does, he tells stories in his videos. So you have to be able to like, even if you're creating a vlog, okay, how do I want people to feel when they're watching this? Even in a simple sense, like I recorded a makeup video yesterday. Do I want to record B-roll? Like, do I want to show the product in this? Do I need to record separate clips for that? Do I need to record an intro before and after? Do I need to take a shot of my hair? There's so many things you have to keep in mind of that it's important to write it down. It's not like you're doing, I'm not leaving room for you to be spontaneous. If you want to do a joke, you can do a joke. You're not like married to the list, but having a script of some sort is so important.
Very important.
So I agree with you. So the next thing I want to get into, for me, I'm in the middle when it comes to this. So I just want to hear your thoughts on this, Nicole. So when you're recording content for YouTube, are you the type of babe where it's just like every week on this day I'm uploading a video, or is it like I don't feel inspired today, so I'm not gonna, like, how do you decide whether you're recording every day, like uploading every week, or is it like something where more free flowing for you?
Yeah, so I honestly wish I was that kind of girl that had the schedule for, okay, I'm gonna upload a video every Wednesday, I'm gonna upload a picture every Tuesday. I admire those kind of people. Like I was like, wow, you have so much content. Like how? But I'm not that kind of person, and I really do wish I grow to be that kind of person, because my consistency is like doing waves. Like my consistency is in waves. Like there are months where I'm super consistent, and then there are months like YouTube what? I'm like, John, let me hear something down. So I do wish I was that kind of person, but I'm not. Like I don't really schedule out my content. What I do is sometimes like the Holy Spirit will drop an idea in my head. I'm like, okay, next week I'm gonna shoot that. But if I don't feel inspired in the moment, I'm not gonna create anything. And if I feel like I'm creating it just because everyone else is creating, I'm not gonna create anything, because I know it's not coming from the right place.
And I feel like people will notice if you, not you particularly, but just in general, like if somebody's just trying to force it, like, okay, like, sis, I know this isn't really what you do, so you don't have to like continue trying to do that. So I love your answer, but for me, I think it happens in seasons. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where if the season will ever come again, but I had a season where I would upload every single week. It doesn't matter if I have to stay up until 3 a.m. I will record and I will upload every week, like every week. And I like doing it. Like it's just something that like I'm just consistent with. I'm putting on my schedule, and this is what it is. Now after moving into my first apartment and things changing a little bit, having a little bit more responsibilities, meal prepping. Sunday I can't be sitting down and editing. I have to make my food for the week. I have to like. Sometimes I want to talk to my friends. Sometimes I want to Netflix and chill, like read. So yeah, I feel like it comes in seasons. Some seasons, and also this is another thing. I'm an extremely empathetic person. So not just empathetic, but just like when I feel stuff, I sit in that and I'm like, okay, how do I feel right now? And if I'm sitting and I'm trying to feel things, I'm not worried about YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I don't like. That's just me being completely honest. I'm like, I need to actually be okay, and then I can come back. Like when my grandmother passed, our grandmother passed the same week, which is great. But I was like, I took like 4 months off of YouTube, and I came back and I shared what I've been through. So it takes me a while, especially when like life events happen, to be able to like be in front of the camera. Like even Passersby is the only reason. Well, God used her for me to talk about my dad on my platform. I hate feeling sympathy from people. So it depends what season I'm in, to be honest, if I'm like super, super consistent, like every week, or going with the flows. And another thing that I wanted to add, I'm like rapping, but another thing I wanted to add is that like, you'll be surprised. Like people are still watching your content even though you're not uploading. You'll be very surprised. Like I've had that happen to me, and it's just crazy. So that's how I am. So answering that.
That's so good.
Thank you. So do you have any like funny stories of a time where you were like, I know you kind of like mentioned the whole battery thing, but funny stories when you were like editing or recording? I'm trying to think of mine. I'm like, I don't even have an answer to this.
Bruh. So I have a funny story, and it's gonna expose me, but whatever. So when I first started my YouTube channel, I think I recorded one video, the first video with Alamide, but that joint, I don't know what happened to it, so I couldn't upload that. And then the first video on my channel is my get to know me video. And honestly, I didn't even know that the camera was gonna actually focus that much on a specific part of my face, but it did. So before I recorded that video, I went out to a coffee shop to hang out with one of my friends, and I forgot what kind of coffee I drank, but the stain was, it showed on my tongue, bruh. My tongue looked yellow, and I didn't realize that. It wasn't until I now came back home to say, okay, it's time for me to record my YouTube video. I sat down in front of the camera and I was recording. I get to know me. I think I answered about 20 questions. And then when I recorded the whole video. And then when I now looked at my camera and I started watching it, I was like, wait, why is my tongue yellow? Why is my tongue yellow? I was looking at it like, ew. People are gonna think I didn't brush my teeth. What is going on, son? After that, I now went to the bathroom to go and wash my tongue. I went to the bathroom, I was scrubbing my tongue, like, this yellow stain must go. It must go, it must go, it must go. So the yellow stain finally left my tongue. And then I went back. And then I went back to our room to record a video. I was like, God, please, what kind of nonsense is this? This is literally one of my first videos, and I'm already re-recording shots. Like, I literally deleted most of the shots where my tongue was yellow. And even the shot that I did include where my tongue was yellow, I went to put filter on. I went to go put filter on it so people
won't know my filter tongue. On the video?
Yes, I did. I did. So people won't know my tongue was yellow. Oh my God. Now every time I record a video, I'm like, don't eat anything before you record, because people will look, people will see it.
Girl, the camera emphasizes every single thing. I'll just say the story. The thing is, other people, because I showed this video to Chelsea and she didn't notice, but like, I will notice everything on my face. Like, just to say an example similar to yours, I recorded a whole video and I had like orange lipstick on my teeth. And I didn't know when I was recording this. So when I first moved in, I'm happy I'm doing things that you can do when you first move. I'm editing the video, I'm like, are you telling me to have orange lipstick on my teeth this whole video? Like, this whole
I'm already,
I'm in my bed, my hair is wrapped and everything. I'm editing. and I'm looking like, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? Like,
oh
that joint hurts really badly.
Bruh. Because you can't
really...
always immediately go back to that look and move forward. Like,
no. I'd be like, you know what? Y'all just gonna have, sometimes the last be halfway. I'm like, I just gonna take whatever I give y'all.
Honestly.
It's not a makeup video, so I don't really need to, even if it's a makeup video, my dear, take what I give you and deal with it. At least for me, I think the only like funny thing I have is that it's not even that funny, but the orange lipstick. But frustrating times for me. I've had really annoying, like I did this whole 21 questions thing on my channel, where I interviewed like my friends that were creative. So I'm big on pushing people. Thank you. I'm big on pushing people like pursue their passions. But like while I was recording that, I mean, I was just figuring out as I went. I didn't really know too much about audio. I'm better with like visuals and like light. Like I'm better with that. But I'm like, I don't really know too much about audio. But like having two people in a video, the audio was doing. What's that thing that you did? Like it was just doing.
Crinkum crakum. Please put the video here.
Yeah, it was doing that, and then the lighting was doing yellow, orange. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I had a vision. It was inspired by Jubilee, T for two. I be having visions. Like I'm a visionary. Like that's just, I be thinking, ooh, this is how, when I'm recording, I'm like, this is how the video's gonna look like when I'm done editing. Like I know how it is. But then I saw it and I'm just like, this is not what I had in store in my mind. So that's really frustrating. Editing and videos just disappearing. That's happened to me. I've edited the whole video and it's gone.
Yes.
It's like, where did you go? Did you just leave without telling me? Like, how rude of you? Like, what's going on with that? I'm trying to think of something else. Like, do you have anything like technical that you want to add to something that's been frustrating for you? You have a lot.
The last video that so I have a new laptop now, but the laptop I had before, that joint was so slow. Bruh, every time I tried to edit on Final Cut Pro, the videos would just be lagging. I'm like, God, please, this is so frustrating. So I finally got a new laptop. And I don't even know the gigabytes. I forgot, maybe 8 gigabytes or something on this laptop. I thought getting a new laptop was gonna be a breeze. But now that I started editing on this laptop, the storage is so
The storage
small.
is a big headache. Yeah.
The storage. Like I will be deleting. Yeah. I'll even download apps to help me clean up my laptop.
I've done that too. I have it.
I'll put stuff on my external hard drive. This joint will still say not enough space. And that's literally what happened to me with my last video. Like I was trying to upload it on YouTube and it would keep on saying exporting failed, because no more space. I was like, please, what is this rubbish? Every single thing that you download onto the computer will act like you downloaded something that took up so much space. I said, what is this rubbish now? Like, I just want to upload my video.
Right.
So storage pisses me off, man.
Storage is like the biggest headache, point blank period, to be quite honest, when it comes to editing. Especially after you finish editing the video and you now want to export it. One thing that I have learned from Odiga though, she said export with Apple. I don't know if you try doing that. Instead of master format, export with the Apple 1080. I'm gonna show you afterwards. Because I used to have to go to sleep while I'm uploading a video. Like I'm exporting a video, and then it'll take hours to process. I said I'll leave my laptop or I'm sleeping, and I come back and it's still not up. I'm like, what is going on? So and that stuff. I mean, how would you know that? Like if you just started a YouTube channel and you're like jumping.
Exactly, you wouldn't know.
You really. Yeah, you really wouldn't know. But just to close out the video, I just wanted to ask you, like, so although we talked about the stresses of recording and editing and being a content creator, do you think like it's worth it? And what do you think would encourage others that are watching this that want to start a channel, or like what would you tell them?
Oh man, I feel like I could tell them a whole bunch of stuff, but I would definitely say that it's worth it. Because you see the kind of people that you're actually impacting, And even if you're not impacting millions of people, the fact that you're impacting one person matters. And I don't even want to be doing preach, but I remember, I think it was the book of Luke. I remember it was the book of Luke. I can't remember the details, but I know someone wrote, I'm not trying to be doing old, but someone wrote the book of Luke to a specific person. It wasn't even to a whole church.
Wow.
It was literally just to one person. I was like, wow, so we're all reading this. It was so important to write all of this just for one person. The fact that that person was able to communicate that message to one person, it was worth it. So just think about your audience, think about who exactly you're impacting. One person is more than enough. If you are, if God is using to transform one person's life, that's more than enough. And I think that's why I still keep on uploading videos, because I know that I am speaking to someone. Like, I know I'm speaking to someone. And so one thing I would also tell someone that wants to create a YouTube channel is never forget why you started. Because a lot of times we get like in the I guess the seasons where it's like, dang, no one's supporting me. Dang, my followers aren't increasing. Even me, I was looking at my followers like, dang, why am I this thing doing? Like, am I not looking at what's going on? Bro, like, you get into seasons where it's like, bro, nothing is
it's real.
But keep going. Jackie Anna didn't start off with all her followers. She started off with one. And that's all we need to keep going. Don't forget why you're doing what you're doing. And to go back on the support part, I remember there were times where I'll be so offended when certain people didn't support my content. Like, I would feel, oh, so you posted her and you not gonna post me? I'm supposed to be a friend? Are you kidding me? So I'll just be so offended. Like, dang, do you even care for my content? Blah, blah, blah. But I think I kind of got over it, and I kind of remember that our friends aren't really in our audience. Like, if I was to think about who I want to reach, it's not really my friend. My friend already knows who. She already knows who got it.
You already know the gist, like, the gist with Nicole. So, you already know, like.
Exactly. Like, you're not even in my audience. Like, I would love if you did it, but if you don't do, I'm not gonna hold you to it. It's not an obligation. Like, you don't have to support me. And what I know is that God, he brings people who love your content, and he brings them, and they will support you. So
that was really,
don't be offended.
Really, really good.
Don't be offended if people don't support you. It's okay.
That was really good. I agree with everything you said. I think one thing I would add to that is just knowing, like, for me, I think, let me just speak on in my case. I'm a creative, point blank, period. I like to create. I just like to create. So even though there's headache in that process, there also is beauty in the process. Like, being able to see, like, you make people laugh, or you make people, you trigger emotions in people by you just sharing your story. Like, even for me, I never thought of myself as someone that would be invited to speak at events, or be invited or talk on, like, tech. Heck, I Confessions of a Computer Science major was me telling others, like, my insecurities in my field. So it's just seeing the finished product of things. It's very beautiful. And even, I know not everyone feels like this, but I actually enjoy editing. Like, I really do. I like it. Like, I'm a visionary, and putting things together, it takes a long time, I'm not gonna lie, but it's fun to me. But I would also be honest I would also ask yourself, if you are interested in being a YouTuber, like, are you willing to put in that work though? Because like, it's fun and cute when you, like you said in your tweet, it's fun and cute to see the finished product, but are you willing to be editing until your eyes are dried out? And you can also be chill with your editing. You don't have to be fancy. But if you want your, my aim is to move from glory to glory in every video I do. If that's your purpose, like, if that's about the same thing as me, are you willing to put in that work? And if you're not, maybe you can, somebody left in the comments, maybe you should consider writing, podcasting. You know, it's not by force that you have to do YouTube, but you just want to give you insight for that. And then another thing, I just think it is worth it. And I just want to encourage anybody out there, just keep going. Somebody's watching your content. Like,
please. For me,
I don't even be looking at I cared before, like, when I first started out, like, but I be reaching people where I'm like, wow, I really don't need I mean, it'll be nice to increase my impact, but I don't really need my actual number to increase for me to be able to reach people. Like, that's not like my meter. But this is a good convo. Thank you so much for joining me, Nicole. Do you have any last words you want to leave my KP? And I think this is going on your platform too. So
yeah.
If you want,
so when you were talking about reaching people, I remember this. It wasn't even a sermon by Stephen Furtick. He's the pastor of Elevation Church. If you don't know who he is, I think he was having like a sit down talk with his team, and he was talking. Actually, maybe it was a sermon. I can't remember, but he was talking about social media and how there are times where he got into that space where he was getting super concerned, super focused about the numbers, and he said he thought that the numbers was equated to impact, but he was saying that God revealed to him that that's not the truth, that there could be people who would watch your video and they would be
and don't subscribe and they, sorry, no, you're going down the spiritual rabbit.
There would be people who would watch your video and, like you said, they wouldn't subscribe, but what you said impacted their lives. There could be people that watched your video, but they can't even press the like button because they're paralyzed. But it impacted your life. So there are different scenarios where someone could be watching your video, but it wouldn't translate into a view or into a like. But it doesn't mean that what you did didn't impact them. So I think we have to think about that. Like, my impact doesn't mean likes. My impact doesn't mean shares. Impact can mean someone in real life has been transformed by something I said.
That's really good.
They're transforming others. So always keep that in mind when it comes.
That gave me chills.
To content creating and social media. Yeah.
That was amazing. Oh my gosh. Like, all right, so for my KPs, can you let the people know where they can find you? And since this is going on your platform, I'm gonna share it after you. But yeah, go ahead.
So on Instagram, you can find me at by Nicole J. On Twitter, you can find me at __ Nicole J. And then on YouTube, you can find me at Nicole J. Simple stuff.
And her videos are amazing. I really enjoyed your the 9 things you learned from being saved. That was just an amazing video.
Thank you.
And for Nicole's family, because you guys are family to her, you can find me at KPSparks_ on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, if you want to laugh.
Yes, TikTok. Follow him on TikTok.
Thank you. And YouTube, KPSparks. All right, y'all. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Peace and love.